right, so everybody, it is Allizae, and this is Zae Links. This is a podcast where we're talking about entertainment, we're talking about sexuality, we're talking about open-mindedness, and it's just a safe space to just have these real conversations. And today I'm joined by some beautiful ladies, and I'll get to introduce them shortly. I have 4 guests with me. We did have a 5th one that was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, based on a situation, she couldn't be. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. And we're going to be going into some interesting topics, which we always do. And we're going to be highlighting a little bit of what every woman kind of brings to the table.
Quick question. Quick thing.
Yeah.
Let's get to some music before you even get to anything.
Yes. Thank you. Let's hear an artist.
Okay, so I got something lined up here from TNT Ladies. Track is called Like Us.
Can't do it like us, and we baddies, that's a plus. Bitches getting mad when they man watch us. We the topic they discuss, no one shining like us.
I like that. TNT Ladies, follow them on Instagram. And definitely follow We Love Hip Hop Network.
Scene.
And Allizae Vlogs, yours truly. And these other ladies, when they're introducing themselves, will also let you know their handles and what they're about. So in regards to my introduction, let us start with Arleney Jane.
Thanks.
Yes.
The one that hasn't caught her breath yet from like holding everyone up for 2 hours.
Well, we're happy you're here, and that's what counts, you know, like you made it. And yeah, we've actually had an interview before, and we spoke about your endeavors at the moment about 2 years ago, I believe.
Yeah, it was like probably exactly 2 years ago.
Yeah, and you were modeling, you were getting featured in magazines.
Oh, yeah, it was the Inked magazine contest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we all know you from your various tattoo modeling on Instagram, and you do a beautiful job at that. Life coach, sex activist. Definitely on the social scene for sexual empowerment and a lot of other areas. So why don't you let everybody reconnect with you again?
For sure. So right now, what has like pretty much consumed my life is I started my own private practice. So I am now wearing another hat as a therapeutic coach / social work therapist. And so I run a private practice out of my home. I work with predominantly women, people, identified women. And the majority of the people I work and support have been mostly from the sex industry and various aspects of the industry. Some of them just because of my history of sex work activism and my education, my master's thesis, all of my background stuff has been around sex work activism. I participated in doing a lot of organizing around the Supreme Court case when 3 sex workers took the Canadian government to court. And so people...
You've been on the scene actively.
Yeah. And I've like been published in a book that is out now. It's called Sex Work Activism in Canada. And I wrote a chapter in there as well. And so so a lot of sex workers have like really
connected with you on that level.
Absolutely. So like 80% of my clientele are people
women in the industry.
Absolutely. Okay. And which is interesting because a lot of time people think that, you know, sex work is the problem. And that's why folks come to me, because they'll go see traditional therapists and
they can't connect. Yeah.
They'll want to pathologize the sex work. Yeah. Right. And then a lot of the time the sex work is actually something that has brought them to a better place in life. Not always, but you know, it's not necessarily where the trauma comes from or stems from. And so
I can back that straight up.
Yeah. And then I've been blessed since everything going online, it's actually benefited me because I've been able to connect with people from different provinces and also different countries as well through my work.
On a larger scale, for sure.
Yeah. So that's like the major focus in my life. I'm also doing some schooling and then going back to get my second master's I've applied for. So a bunch of different
entrepreneurial endeavors for sure.
Yeah,
and I love it because, I mean, when we're talking about the sex industry, there's so much stigma, sometimes depending on what angle people are talking about. So again, this is a safe space to be able to talk about various subject matter, relationships, our culture, our entire like connection with sexuality and just even people in general. So we had another guest, Ferreira. Do you want to?
Well, you guys all introduce yourself around the room and let us know like what you're about, quick, fast, before we get into our other segments and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Mona.
Hey guys. Okay, I'm like drawing a blank as soon as you say my name.
I'll fill you in. So Mona is known for so many things. So she's involved in sex work. She's a dancer. She's an activist. So she's definitely also in the scene of what we're talking about and the theme of sexuality. So
thank you for that. I definitely needed that. Oh man, it's so funny when the cameras are on and the lights are up. It's just like you have no idea.
We're here to support each other.
Yeah, man. All right. I'm a sex worker. I'm an activist. I've been in the industry for, I'd say, going on 10 years now, since I was 18. I'm 28. I've been like really upset with what's going on in the world right now. Like not only COVID, but the internet trying to scrub sex workers off of every single platform that anybody tries to promote themselves on. It's really upsetting, and it's been affecting myself and a lot of my friends and a lot of my coworkers. And I guess like that's kind of what I'm here to talk about, that and all the biases that are thrown in our direction.
Stigma again. People not understanding exactly what direction to really point the finger at, because you're victimized a lot of the time.
Exactly.
Without the real truth being told. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, definitely. Dancing, lots of stuff. There's lots of fun stories I could tell you, but a lot of them just for now is surrounding the importance of bringing attention to what is happening in the world, specifically around women identifying bodies. Yeah. Right? It's obscene.
And keeping it current's a huge thing, because it's always like some people reference a lot of the past issues that have been stigmatized around sexuality and sex workers. But I think I like the direction you're taking, that it's still a current situation right now that we need to address individually.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So we'll get into a little bit more of that after. And next I have Nammy. Yes. Nice name. Yeah. So Nammy is a promoter, definitely in the entertainment scene, has her own entertainment company and has a wax bar and a huge resume.
Yeah. So I've been doing nightclub promotions in Toronto for over 10 years. Started off with like all age parties, just made my way up. I'm here to talk about the nightlife scene, the stigmas of the nightlife scene, how hard it is to be a female promoter in Toronto competing with a very male-dominated world. And like a girl being fun, and how urban culture has changed for Toronto, and like everything you go to nowadays, whether you're on King Street or uptown or downtown, it's very urban. The urban scene is in, and the look that you get at the club is no longer like, a certain
typical,
no offense, blue eyes, blonde hair girl that's the only girl that's getting jobs at clubs.
Yeah.
Everyone's noticing everybody likes different things. You have small girls, big girls, tall, different colors, different ethnicities, and it's cool that now we get to do this, but with COVID and everything shutting down, it's a different platform, and the nightclub world is changing, and social media is playing a big influence on what entertainment is nowadays.
Right. And along the lines of entertainment, you've also had guest appearances in many videos. Definitely.
So, everyone has their own ideas of, girls that model, girls that do music videos and stuff like that. But, it's Toronto culture, it's Toronto scene. I've done videos, I've done hostings, things that come out of, the nightclub world.
All right, so next guest I have over here is Allizae, and Allizae is known for her fusion boutique. She does a lot of stuff. Party decor, bartender, and what else?
My name's Alyssa or Lyssy. I have an online boutique. I just launched a lingerie line, and it's called The Mistresses.
Nice. I wish we had some pieces.
I want to hear more
I
about
know.
that.
I should have brought some pieces, but I just ordered like a few samples and they sold. So
beautiful.
I'll have to send you some pieces. And then I have like casual wear and stuff like that.
That
so
we're all repping.
yeah.
Stuff.
So I really like love the fashion industry. I'm trying to get into like marketing and stuff as like with the music industry in Toronto.
It's
and
large.
carry my fashion kind of into that as well. And yeah.
Nice. I'm interested in these pieces. And as you see these beautiful ladies I'm sitting with, they're wearing a lot of your clothing, right?
Yeah, they are.
Nice. I should be wearing something soon.
You will be for
have
sure.
my outfit coming up. So.
You will be for sure.
Yes. So for those of you that have questions about relationships, intimacy, don't forget to send your emails to zaelinks@gmail.com. That's ZAELINKS@gmail.com. Follow on Instagram, Zae Link, and Allizae Vlogs, yours truly. And do you guys want to shout out your handles really quickly on Instagram? Alyssa?
You can follow at Laveau Boutique for all my pieces and stuff like that. And then my normal Instagram is at lissy.laveau.xo.
Right. And Nammy?
So me, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, it's at Nammy Montana.
Yeah, and that's Nammy, Nammy.
Yeah, Montana, like regular.
Okay. And then we have Mona, Instagram.
Yeah, I'm remembering it because I've been deleted so many times that I have to
gosh.
change my account name.
Censorship, right?
It's unbelievable. Okay, so the one that I think is the easiest for people to remember, Pizza Slut, PZA.SLUT. That would be my Instagram handle. There's a link there. Do with it what you will. And
Tip her.
Tip her. Give me money. I'll let you attach my PayPal. Okay, my Twitter is just Pizza Slut, PZA Slut. There's no dot in the middle, and there's I think a link on the work account that I gave you guys on Instagram to my personal account. I use them both, so. Have fun. Thanks.
And Arleney?
I'm Arleney Jane on most of my social media, LinkedIn, Twitter, and then my business name is Hustle, Heal, Motivate.
I like. And for those of you who are not catching that, I will definitely post it on our Instagram handles as well for Zae Links and Allizae Vlogs.
I'll have the pop-ups popping up on the bottom of the screen.
Okay, nice.
Real slick, right?
Make it easier for everybody.
Let's get into our segments and our second segment or first segment, our topics.
I see you're anxious to ask these questions.
He wants to see
I got the edge of his seat.
And for the people who are like in the viewing audience who are just hearing like a disembodied voice just coming out of nowhere,
Yes.
Friday Ricky Dred.
No stranger to the scene.
Okay. The reason I wanted to get to the question so quick is because there's one that I was a burning question in my brain.
Burning.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can go to the other one.
The good kind of burning or the bad
I'll
kind of
answer
burning?
the
Okay.
Burning question.
So do you want to ask?
There's like I
Go
just
for it.
got
I don't
the
want-
burning, and
Okay.
then there's
Okay.
see a doctor.
So,
No, not that kind of burning. Just chill.
burn. Bring it
Okay.
on.
I wanted to know about the innie and the outie and the preferences. Okay, the labia story basically.
well, see, it's a difficult one because it's you have to be more specific because
Okay.
it's what you do with the innie
So
and the outie.
y'all
that
ever
is-
seen that meme that had like a whole bunch of clits and they're
Yeah.
like, which one are you?
Yeah,
You ever seen that meme?
Yep.
I found me.
Right. So I guess it's my question is like, what do you think guys prefer more? The innies, which are like the ones that are like the peekaboo pussies.
Oh, we know.
We know what it is.
We know.
Look at Mona's face. She's so
And then the outie, which is the juice.
do that where the lips
juicy juice.
are out there. You know what I'm
Are you
saying?
gay?
No, I'm not.
All right, so as a woman that's eaten a lot of pussy.
Talk to him.
I love it. All right. It doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter. All right? If you find somebody that likes you, they're gonna like
You can't change this, right?
You can't
Right.
fucking
I mean, you can change it.
Like,
You
okay,
can change it.
Yeah,
definitely.
You can definitely change it.
I don't remember what porn star it was, but she was like one of the first people to ever get a vaginoplasty, and she fucking auctioned off her clippings on eBay.
Oh shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Get your bag,
fucking auctioned off her pussy lip clippings. Yeah,
Oh my
one of
God.
the
Okay.
porn stars from the 80s. I think maybe Jenna Jameson. I don't know.
Oh man, that's
But
interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
But see, I guess it depends on the person's experience on what they like to play with. Because if you have an Audi, it's more, there's more that you can have in your mouth, basically, and you can, play with the stuff. Okay, I have my own names for them, right? It's called flickers, like whatever. Like I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get off
And
the
I'm not
mic.
revealing. Hold on, I'm not revealing what I have, but I'm just saying though, like the innies are more hidden. They're more like inside. So whatever a woman has, a guy will have a preference because if he's had multiple types of vaginas, whether he was, going down on a girl or if he was playing with it or whatever, it depends on that person's experience.
I like Audis.
For the record, right?
My assumption would be that guys like innies.
Yeah, I would think they would like innies.
And like this is even just belly buttons. Like I like innie belly buttons.
I think a belly
More
button is
than-
way different from a vagina.
But I think my assumption, I know I'm not a man, but would be that guys like innies.
Yeah, I would think that too. But
You never know, right?
you never
I mean,
know.
that's the aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
That's- and I was gonna say,
that's
it's
like
aesthetic.
The,
It's
like,
like
the neat look,
fucking,
yeah.
young looking vagina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of our viewers had a comment about it in the
About
comments
vagina?
on our they were saying that they don't mess with the Audis because I think some guys might feel that all that extra meat or all that extra skin reminds them of something that would hang or it just something that they're not used to or familiar with, or it maybe seems somewhat masculine in some sense. I
I
don't
want
know.
to see a picture of an Audi.
Oh, you've never seen? Okay, so there's
Like,
this
I'm
girl.
trying
There's
to
this girl.
visualize.
Dina Day.
Like it's just they have more lips and like the inner labia is more out, so
Out,
it's
more
just
pronounced.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the clit sometimes
So
is a
it's
little bit
not
more
like-
right
orchid,
there.
but a vagina. Like if an orchid was made of flesh.
Yeah. No, I have no idea.
And like on like the top of it, like you know what I mean?
He knows what he likes, man. He knows what he
It is.
likes.
It's like an y'all. We know. I've seen a lot of them. It's if an orchid.
I've seen a lot of them. I know.
Yeah.
Well, again, and then it depends on if a
Pretty.
person's
It's like a pretty little pussy flower. Who
Exactly.
wouldn't want that?
There you go.
There you go.
if you're giving oral, then you're gonna have more in your mouth, basically.
Yeah.
And if you're an innie, then you're not gonna get as much. You have to do more work. You have to spread and do all of that stuff. So
that's fun
it
too.
Or
depends.
tucked in.
The preference
fun
is like
too.
I can't choose what like. If you're dating somebody, you can't tell them, "Hey, I don't like this." So you're gonna
I mean,
deal
you
with
can.
it.
Tell them you can, but
I know
You
it's
can.
gonna
I mean,
be-
how many
Yeah, I
times
mean,
have
there's
you guys
girls
pulled
that
up
talk
and
about
guys-
circumcised and uncircumcised.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
It's the
that's
same
thing.
thing.
I am picky when it comes to cock. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's going inside of me. I need to like it a lot.
We're talking about vaginas right now. We're not even on the.
She's like
topic.
ready
I
for the
I have a
dick.
man question.
She's ready for the dick. Like, let's
Always
meet
gotta be ready
her.
for the dick.
I have a man
Always
question.
ready.
I have a man
No?
question.
Okay.
When you have an Audi, is it due to, and excuse my lack of better terms, wear and tear?
No.
It just
No.
happens that way?
No.
It's how
Yeah.
you're-
It's like you're born like that.
yeah.
Interesting.
Unless
It's
you
your
had a
anatomy.
baby and you had the
And sometimes it's the
episiotomy
testosterone
stick.
too. The woman
is
that has a
different.
lot of testosterone, sometimes your features, depending on how much you have in you,
Mm.
come out differently. Because some women have more hair than other women. Some women have more features. And when we're developing, I've actually studied this too. It's just our makeup when we're in that fetal stage it's undetermined until it develops, right? So sometimes the penis and the vagina have come from the same source, and sometimes you just have more that comes out at different times for a woman that is left with more of that extra skin.
Wow.
And some women actually in certain cultures, like in African cultures and stuff like that, because of, I guess, sometimes that extra stimulation when you have a bigger clit or extra features, they actually circumcise women in certain countries. So
I read that
Yeah.
it's
before.
sad because it's a mental thing too. So it's like a woman will feel pleasure mentally and physically. So to now do that to her physically is just like really demeaning. So
There's a whole.
that's a downer. I know.
Yeah.
It's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.